Well, hello everyone. My name's Alison Woodall and I'm a relocation specialist. That means I get to help you with the financial, logistical, and emotional issues that make moving to a new state so stressful. And today I am talking to Leigh Ann Mattox, and she is director of Retire Tupelo, Mississippi. And she's going to talk to us today all about how beautiful Tupelo is. Leigh Ann, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. So exciting.
Well, I'm just excited to talk about Tupelo. When I drove from Florida to California, we actually made a special detour to Tupelo because it was somewhere I'd always wanted to visit. Because for those of you who don't know, Elvis was born in Tupelo. Is that kind of the most famous thing that Tupelo is known for?
Definitely. I would say that Elvis is, of course, he is our most famous native son. And the other thing that we are kind of known for is we were the first TVA city. So that was really important in the electricity, and making progress. We've got a big exhibit at a museum about being the first TVA city. So
Wow. And I don't know what a TVA city is. What is that?
The Tennessee Valley Authority, when they started bringing the electricity. I can't speak to all the details about it, but it was in the big deal of getting electricity. We were the first city. So.
Oh, that's really interesting, because I know when I was in Tennessee, I went water skiing on a lot of the lakes that provided the electricity. So
Sure.
that's cool to know that Tupelo was one of the first cities that got electricity. Well, so for those people who may not know where Tupelo is, where are you located in relation to other parts of Mississippi or major cities?
Okay, so we are in North Mississippi. The easiest thing that I can tell you is we are about an hour and 15 minutes from Memphis, Tennessee. So we are North Mississippi. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And Tupelo, is it a big city? Is it a small city?
We have around, I checked this morning before I talked to you, around 38,000 people is our population. But during the day, that can swell, quite a bit, because we have a lot of people that come to Tupelo to work. We have quite a few large employers. And so, during the day, I would bet we were, 80,000 people probably.
All right, wonderful. And so what are some of those employers? What are the major kind of employers in your area?
So we have the largest rural hospital in the U.S. here. It employs, I had that number, it's around 3,000 people, I believe. But the hospital, sir, it's one of the largest employers. We have Toyota in the area. They build the Toyota Corolla cars. And then we have several suppliers kind of on the outskirts of Tupelo and Lee County that provide the parts for those vehicles. Another one, furniture is a big industry here. So we have Ashley Furniture just down the road, and other smaller furniture companies. So it's a big deal here in Tupelo as well.
Well, that's good to know, because I think we're going to be talking in more detail about retiring to Tupelo, but it's good to know that if you weren't retiring to Tupelo, there is a lot of industry and there's, a lot of business. Right. So as director of Retire Tupelo, tell me what all about this program. This is that you basically help people to retire to Tupelo. Is that correct?
That's correct. We have a program through Mississippi where communities can become a certified retirement community. And basically, that involves a community that has the elements that do attract those who are wanting to retire, such as the health care, such as being able to find affordable housing, and just, a small town feel maybe, but have all the services that you would need to live the rest of your life, so.
Yeah, well, because I always think when you retire and you've got more time on your hands, that community spirit is really important. And like you mentioned, the hospital is vital, when you get older and things start to ache and you have more things that need to be taken care of. You Absolutely. Also mentioned that maybe is there a tax break if you're a retiree, if you move to Tupelo?
Yes, you get a break on a certain amount of your, like your property taxes up to a certain amount. I believe it's 75,000 that you get to be exempt from up until that. And we of course have a low cost of living here, lower than some others. And our, like our different sales tax and everything is very low as well.
Okay. And when you talk about affordable housing, you mean very affordable, don't you? Because if you think most Californians are thinking an affordable house is 400,000, but in Tupelo, your average house price is a lot lower than that, isn't it?
Yes, and I did a little bit of research on that to make sure, since the last time I had put my information together. I contacted a realtor this morning, and we have jumped about 30,000 over the last year. Of course, everybody else has to. So looking at some sale prices for a single family home, about 180-ish thousand, where, that would get you, it would possibly get a little bit of land to go with it, in that situation.
Yeah, well, because my husband's from Georgia, and like you say, all the house prices have increased, but in general, you can find a very nice family home for somewhere between 200,000 to 300,000. That would get you somewhere really nice. And if you're happy to live somewhere older or smaller, you can probably get a house much cheaper than that if you're a little bit less picky. So I always say, if you're wanting to leave California, you go to the South, it's just such an affordable place to live.
That's right. That's correct. Not to mention the other things that come with it. Being able to, we pride ourselves on our Southern hospitality. It's a different feel here than some places. We have something called the Tupelo Spirit here. And, that's, coming together in the good times and the bad times to lift each other up. And so the Tupelo Spirit is very strong and something to experience.
Yeah, and if someone was looking to retire, your job is organizing all kinds of community events. So if someone retired and they were maybe unsure that they were going to meet people, you do all kinds of events, don't you, to bring the community together?
That's correct. Tupelo is, as we have community events almost every weekend, whether it be concerts on the city hall lawn to different, we have baseball and softball tournaments, and I had an event this weekend for children. So it's any kind of event that you want to find, you'll find it here. Pretty much.
Well, that's good. So obviously you have the incentives for the people who are wanting to retire, but if someone wants to move to Tupelo and they have children, you've got events for children. We've talked about, there's a lot of employment opportunities as well. Are there schools, colleges, is there anything like that would encourage someone who has maybe younger children to move to the area too?
Absolutely. Our schools here, they always have A's and B ratings. They are top of the line. And of course, you get those individuals who, I talked about the Tupelo Spirit. Well, the Tupelo Spirit filters down even to the schools. And then as far as elementary and high school, and we even have a Christian preparatory school that's private here. In addition to that, we have a community college campus here in Tupelo. With its main campus being in Fulton, which is about 30 minutes away. We have a lot of the counties provide free tuition for those community colleges for those students. So they can go to a community college for free, just their room and board, probably, if they stayed on campus. Excuse me. But and then about an hour from here, of course, you have Mississippi State University. Well, in an hour the other way, you find the school up north, which was University of Mississippi. So you have quite a few opportunities for education really close to home.
All right, and that's excellent. And then you mentioned being close to Memphis. So of course you've got a big airport there, because I always think if you're leaving California, you want to know that you can get back and see family and friends quite easily. So, I like to be within an hour and a half of a big airport. It just makes traveling so much easier.
Right, and we do have a small airport here in Tupelo that it serves, I believe it's Contour Airlines, and they do fly direct to Nashville. So you can jump jump on a plane here in Tupelo, make it to Nashville, and then if you need to go somewhere else, but Nashville's a fun place to visit too over the weekend. But
I love Nashville. I've had just the best times there. I've kind of done the tourist things in Memphis, so I haven't explored Memphis as much, but Nashville, yeah, Nashville's one of my favorite cities. We haven't talked about weather. What's your weather like? Because people always worry about humidity in the South.
okay, so there's a little saying that goes along with Mississippi weather. If you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. So, but we do, in the summers, we do have heat and humidity, but our winters are very mild. For instance, in January, our highs may get, we may have some 50 in the 50s in the wintertime in January. And then, it does get cold sometimes. We have freezing temperatures, but it's kind of a rare occasion, and it doesn't stay for a long period of time. And our everything stays green here. Like right now, even with our hot temperatures, we've had rain, and everything is green and lush, and it won't be long we'll start seeing those beautiful fall colors for the fall. And that's my favorite time of year, of course, because of the colors. And also taking a trip down the Natchez Trace, you can see those beautiful colors and just take it in, because it goes all the way from down the Delta to Nashville, actually, the Natchez Trace.
Wow. And so do you have lakes as well as beautiful, trails and things in your area?
Absolutely. We have several lakes that campgrounds, walking trails. We really have a little bit of everything here. We're a hub. We're right on Interstate 22. So if you need to travel back and forth, like I said, to Memphis or to Birmingham, Alabama, we're just a hub, just, a great place just for everybody to come into.
Yeah, well, I know we came from Birmingham, Alabama, and we were heading, I don't know, Arkansas, I think, and it was such a quick, easy detour, because my mom was Elvis's biggest fan, so I had to go see where Elvis was born, and it was such an easy, little detour, and so I was very excited. I got to see Tupelo. It's a beautiful little town. It's definitely somewhere where I would want to retire, or if you've got young kids as well, to move for that kind of family lifestyle as well.
Right. I wanted to mention too, I forgot in our recreation part that we were talking, we do have a state-of-the-art aquatic facility here in Tupelo, Olympic-sized pool, and we host multiple swim meets every year. We've even hosted a synchronized swimming championship here. So people have come and took notice of our facilities, and we have had them, we've hosted many events like that. In that same park, we have a Veterans Park is where that facility is located. We have a 60% replica of the Vietnam Wall here. That's just an interesting fact. So the same wall that you'll find in Washington, D.C., we have one here in Tupelo, but it's just smaller size. And so that's also a great point of interest when people are asking about Tupelo.
Wow. So you really have everything. I think
we do.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that we haven't covered. I think.
Oh, our food, of course. We have about 170 restaurants here. We have shopping. We've got a mall. We have a mall area, and a lot of people come here for their shopping, but yeah, we do have everything.
You do? Well, perfect. You made me want to move there.
Come on.
Well, and my mom's retired. She's in England, so she could move here. But if she was in the States and she could live, if she could move to where Elvis was born, she'd be there in a heartbeat. So, well, wonderful. So if someone wants to know more about Retire Tupelo, do they just go on the website, or do you want them to contact you? What's the best way to get in touch?
Well, I didn't know I have several about 3 websites that I could give. One is about our Tupelo City of Tupelo page, and it's www.tupeloms.gov. The other one is www.tupelo.net. Now that is our convention and visitor Visitors Bureau. That's all the nightlife, the hotels, the restaurants, all that stuff. And then of course the www.mississippi.org. Now that is where you will find more of the other retirement communities, as well as just, why Mississippi. So that's more of the website to find all that information.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, I will put all of those websites in the comments wherever you're watching this video, so that you can link to, you can click on them and find out more information. Leigh Ann, thank you so much. This has been so much fun talking to you. You got me all excited about the South again.
So, well, if you come visit, I will take you to you've already been to the birthplace, right? You said you've already been there.
I have pictures outside the cabin, and I sitting on his little swing and with the statues. It's a very well done kind of, it's not a memorial, but like because it was COVID, so everything was shut down, but it was,
okay.
So we couldn't go in, we could just take pictures around, but it's to commemorate his life. Well,
it has opened back up now. It's open. And then they've actually opened up the exhibit. You probably didn't get to see the church where you were here, did you? The church? Okay, so it's an interactive show where the walls raise up, and it's like you're being in church with Elvis when he was a young boy, and what it was like to visit a church service with Elvis. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, everything was shut down. We literally could come and stand outside places that would normally be open. But
gotcha. Yeah.
And I still loved it, even though we couldn't go in. So it shows how good the exhibit was. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And everybody who's watching this, I'm going to link in the comments so that you can check out all the resources that Leigh Ann has mentioned. Leigh Ann, thank you so much.
Thank you. Should I give you my email address in case anybody wanted to?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay. So my email is going to be Leigh, leigh@tupeloms.gov.
Okay, and they can contact you if they have any questions about retiring to Tupelo or just in general.
And there is a Retire Tupelo MS Facebook page.
Perfect, and I will link to that as well.
Awesome, thank you so much.
No problem.